In this video we will be examining the Emotional Spiral Chart Level 22. This is a multi-level series brought to you by Insight and Senses. I hope you have been following along with this series as we delve into the journey of raising one's vibration through the examination of various emotions. If you are new to this series, welcome. If you have been following along, welcome back. So glad you're here. Now let us begin. We will now review the emotion of compassion. What is compassion? Compassion is a social feeling that motivates people to go out of their way to relieve the physical, mental, or emotional pains of others and themselves. Compassion is sensitivity to the emotional aspects of the suffering of others. When based on notions such as fairness, justice, and interdependence, it may be considered partially rational in nature. Signs of compassion. Feeling like you have a great deal in common with other people, even if you are very different in many ways. Being able to understand what other people are going through and feeling their pain. Being mindful of other people's emotions, thoughts, and experiences. Taking action when you see that someone else is suffering. Having a high level of emotional intelligence so that you can understand, manage, and act on your own emotions as well as the emotions of others. Feeling gratitude when other people express compassion for your own hardships. Two types of compassion. Compassion for others. When you experience compassion for other people, you not only feel their pain, you also want to find a way to relieve their suffering. These feelings compel you to take action to do what you can to make the situation better. Self-compassion is all about giving yourself grace instead of criticism. It involves being able to acknowledge your weaknesses or failures without being judgmental or critical. The value of compassion. Showing compassion to yourself and others can strengthen relationships, increase happiness, and lower stress. Sometimes, it just comes naturally, but there are also things you can do to strengthen it. Start by listening without judgment, offering to help, and practicing gratitude. Focus on being patient and showing forgiveness for others and yourself. Think of compassion like a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger it will become. Skills for improving compassion. Speak with kindness. Apologize when you've made a mistake. Listen carefully and without judgment. Be encouraging. Offer to help someone with a task. Be happy for someone else's success. Accept people for who they are. Forgive people for making mistakes. Be respectful. Express gratitude and appreciation. Be patient. Be mindful with compassion. You can experience compassion fatigue. What is compassion fatigue? Compassion fatigue involves feelings of physical and emotional exhaustion as well as a mental withdrawal from traumatized individuals. It can reduce feelings of empathy and compassion for people who are in need of help. Remember self-care. Be kind to each other, but more importantly, be kind to yourself. Now we will review empathy. What is empathy? Empathy is generally described as the ability to perceive another person's perspective, to understand, feel, and possibly share and respond to their experience. Hugging someone that is upset is a sign of showing empathy. Types of empathy. Affective empathy involves the ability to understand another person's emotions and respond appropriately. Somatic empathy involves having a physical reaction to what someone else is experiencing. Cognitive empathy involves being able to understand another person's mental state and what they might be thinking in response to the situation. Benefits of empathy. Strengthens relationships. Empathy allows you to build social connections with others. Helps regulate emotions. Empathizing with others helps you learn to regulate your own emotions. Allows us to help others. Empathy promotes helping behaviors. Not only are you more likely to engage in helpful behaviors when you feel empathy for other people, but other people are also more likely to help you when they experience empathy. Effects of empathy. In personal life. Helps build stronger relationships with family and friends. Makes it easier to understand and support others' feelings. Reduces conflict and encourages kindness. Creates a more loving and caring home environment. And work life. Improves teamwork and communication among colleagues. Helps leaders understand their team better. Builds trust and a positive workplace culture. Reduces stress and boosts job satisfaction. on a global scale, encourages peace and reduces hate between communities, helps people support those in need around the world. Definitions: empathy versus sympathy versus compassion. While sympathy and compassion are related to empathy, there are important differences. Compassion and sympathy are often thought to be more of a passive connection, while empathy generally involves a much more active attempt to understand another person. How to create more empathy. Working on listening to people without interruption and utilize empathetic listening. Pay attention to body language and other types of nonverbal communication. Try to understand people even when you don't agree with them. Ask people questions to learn more about them and their lives. Imagine yourself in another person's shoes. Strengthen your connection with others to learn more about how they feel. Seek to identify biases you may have and how they affect empathy for others. Look for ways in which you are similar to others versus focusing on differences. Be willing to be vulnerable, opening up about how you feel. Engage in new experiences, giving you better insight into how others in that situation may feel. Get involved in organizations that push for social change. Be kind to each other. Look for ways to help others. Now we will look at forgiveness. What is forgiveness? Forgiveness is the release of resentment or anger. Forgiveness doesn't mean reconciliation. One does not have to return to the same relationship or accept the same harmful behaviors from an offender. Forgiving others. Forgiveness can be challenging, especially when the offending party offers either an insincere apology or nothing at all. However, it's often the healthiest path forward. Resentment can sometimes linger for years, even if we believe that we've moved on or forgotten all about it. To release resentment, reflect on why the person may have committed the offense. Sit with the pain and then try to forgive the other person, because forgiveness can instill a sense of strength that overpowers bitterness. Forgiving yourself. The process of self-forgiveness can be a painful challenge but deeply valuable. Key to this process is owning up to one's mistakes, understanding why they occurred and helping to rectify the situation. Begin by acknowledging that you are at fault and take responsibility for the hurt you caused. Reflect on why the event occurred and identify how to avoid a similar offense in the future. Then forgive yourself by focusing on the thought, saying it aloud or writing it down. Apologize to the person you wronged and try to improve their life in a meaningful way. Benefits of forgiveness. Forgiveness is linked to greater feelings of happiness, hopefulness, and optimism. The process of forgiveness can also protect against anxiety, depression, and post-traumatic stress disorder. It has also been proven to significantly lower blood pressure. Forgiveness offers many positive psychological developments, such as reducing unhealthy anger, repairing potentially valuable relationships, growing as a person, and exercising goodness in and of itself. In addition to personal benefits, modeling forgiveness for others may lead to intergenerational and even societal improvement. The importance of forgiveness. Forgiveness is necessary for world peace. Peace in community. Peace within the home. Peace within relationships. And within yourself. Learn to live content. Remind yourself, I choose to be happy. In our last segment of Level 22, we review radiance. What is radiance? Radiant is an adjective that means emitting light, shining, or glowing. It also means showing great happiness or health, with an inner glow that others can easily see. People often use radiant to describe someone who looks especially healthy or joyful, or to refer to light that's bright, powerful, and eye-catching. The word can also describe feelings or attitudes that are warm, positive, and full of life. Tips to becoming more radiant. Love yourself, not self-focused but grounded acceptance. Be authentic, be proud of who you are. Be compassionate, listen deeply, show you care. Be kind. Be creative, express yourself. Community over competition. Know what has great rewards and value. Choose joy. Etymology of radiance. The word radiant comes from the Latin word radiare, which means to shine or to beam. This Latin root passed into Middle French as radiant, which carried the same meaning of emitting light or brightness. In English, it has retained that sense of emitting light and also took on the figurative meaning of warmth, happiness, and health. Descriptions of radiance. Radiant meaning, shining brightly. Radiant people, warm, healthy, and happy. Physical radiance, the sun, a lamp, a shiny piece of metal or anything emitting light. Positive radiance, uplifting and having a bright quality. Benefits of radiance. Enhanced intuition. Aligning with your higher self leads to clearer and more profound intuition, allowing you to make decisions that resonate with your true essence. Emotional resilience. Radiant energy fosters resilience, helping you navigate life's challenges, opportunities for growth, rather than obstacles. Attracting positive connections. Your radiant energy attracts others who resonate at a similar frequency, creating fulfilling and spiritually enriching relationships. Increased awareness. Being present in each moment allows you to fully experience life, appreciating the beauty around you and within yourself. Shine your light bright, because you are beautiful. Now that we have come to the end of level 22, here are some tips and techniques that you might wish to review. Thank you for joining me on level 22. I hope you have enjoyed this journey so far. Like, share, and subscribe if you would like more video content like this one. Look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.